Does anybody else find it insane that the majority of us spend our days at a job that we don't particularly want to be at just to collect a paycheck big enough to pay our bills and pay our taxes and whatever else we need to literally survive? And then you come home in the evening and you only have a couple hours to yourself before you have to go to bed and then do it all over again. And you arrive to the weekend and it's beautiful because you don't have to go into work, but it's over in a blimp and then you're right back on the same cycle. There has to be more to life than this. I am posting this as a vow to myself that I am finding something different because there has to be more to life than this. Does anybody else feel this way?
I truly cannot be the only.
I think most of us call that life. Unfortunately, too many people call that life. And the hamster wheel just continues. And it becomes problematic where these younger folk don't understand. Many of us, our fathers, our grandfathers, uncles, aunts, that was life. Go to work, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then when you're done, you got the weekend to spend a little bit of time. And then there's other people like myself and probably John Rich and others who've said, you know what? I don't want to live that type of life. So I'm going to make some different decisions based upon what I do want. I'm not going to let society dictate to me my value or my worth. And I find it a priority to me to be able to spend whatever time I want to with Robin, Ashley, and the kids. If I said, you know what, no show tomorrow, why? Well, Robin and I are going to go hang out at the beach. Whatever she wants to do is always going to take precedence. I want to spend every moment with her. Whenever I can get to North Carolina, I want to spend that with Ashley and the kids. So I need to do something that avails me, that gives me the flexibility, that life, those choices that say, you know what, if you want to do that, if you want to be able to see your grandkids whenever you want, if you want to go see your daughter whenever you want, providing she wants you up there, because I will be knocking. What if you wanted to, get a condo near where she lives so that I'm going to scare her now, so that you can go and see the kids play whenever you want? What's stopping you? What is in these kids' minds that they don't understand that nobody's telling you have to live a certain way? It's a personal choice. Listen to this one.
A person in this world that feels like I'm just existing. Y'all, I work. My husband works. And it's like, where's the extra money to go enjoy life itself? At this point, I'm only living to work. Like, there is no enjoyment except for to just work. I am ready for that point in my life where I can go to work, but then on my free time, I have all the money to go do all the things I want to do.
I'm pretty sure everybody would like that. Well, on my weekend, I get all the money to do whatever I want to do. It doesn't work that way, honey. And it definitely ain't going to work when somebody else is in control of your funds. So I don't know what's happened to the younger people. I don't know how they've gotten to this point where they feel so entitled. I should be able to do whatever I want. On the weekends, I'm not working. I don't even remember the last time I had a weekend free. Even when I work for somebody else. I don't think people realize when you get to a certain position, if you get to the executive or directorial position at a company, there's no such thing as time off. You're hoping, okay, I'm here at the restaurant. I hope he doesn't text me and tells me he needs to talk to me. I hope the creative department doesn't need me to approve something. I hope legal doesn't need me to review a contract. There's no time off. You take a job, you understand the responsibilities, and then you want the rewards that come along with it. Well, when you get to a certain point where they're paying you more money and you have that freedom that you think you have, and all of a sudden I'm like, honey, he's calling. What are we going to do? And I'm at dinner, and it has happened more than once, and the boss called. Yes. I need you to go do this right now. Yes. Head over to the office. Okay. Those calls used to come all the time. Those texts used to come all the time. I've told you the story where Papa John Schottner would text me or call me on a Saturday or Sunday. Hey, can you check this out for me? Dude, I'm watching a football game, but he can't say that. Yes. Okay. I'll go check it out. I'll give you a call back. These people don't know it. They don't understand the life that you choose has certain conditions. And if it's not the life that you choose, then maybe you should look at a different way of life. And I'm going to explain it to you before y'all get mad at me.
No, it's just working and existing.
So what I'm going to show you next, having heard that, is something that President Trump said at a recent commencement speech. But that commencement speech was based upon stuff he said in his book, The Art of the Deal, some 30 years ago. And it's a blueprint. And I thought it was proper to bring it to you guys because there were people who were upset with me saying you can do this and you can do that and the other thing. But I thought, you know what? Maybe I should have the president of the United States that you voted for tell you the recipe. So I'm going to show you what the president said. He gave 11 steps for people to be successful. And as you hear these 11 steps, I want you to think to yourself, you don't have to put it in the chat. Write down. Number 1, nope, I didn't do that. Number 2, I think I did that. Tell yourself. Don't listen to Barry. Listen to the man you voted for, who's now going to tell you what you need to succeed. And we'll go through them slowly so you guys can talk about them. But here's number 1.
Let me share some of the biggest lessons I've learned from a lifetime spent building dreams. First, if you think that you're too young to do something great, let me tell you that you are wrong. You're not too young. In America, with drive and ambition, young people can do anything.
I will take that step further and say it doesn't just necessarily mean when you're young. If you have drive and ambition, you can do so much. You can do so much if you just have that drive and ambition. Some people, it has to be trained into you. It doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. You can do it. And that's the first lesson that President Trump imparted upon these college kids. Anybody disagree with that? Now, you may think you disagree with it, but drive and ambition also have quantitative levels. So you may think you're ambitious, you may think you have drive, but how much drive and ambition do you really have? That's something you have to measure.
Second of all, and very importantly, you have to love what you do. I rarely see somebody that's successful that doesn't love what he or she does.
Bingo. Check that one off. If you've never done or worked at what you love, you're not taking that next rung on the ladder. That's a decision you have to make early or late. Like, wait a minute, this sucks. I don't want to do this. Well, what do you want to do? Well, I'd like to be an artist. Well, is it, you're going to be able to make any money doing that? Well, I'm going to try. Let me see if I can sell some stuff. I'd like to, open a dry cleaners. I'd love to clean clothes. Love to, not want to, not think I can do it, not maybe I can get paid. I want to do something I love. I just told you, and I had John Rich on here, I loved concerts. I love music. My wife laughs at me. She said, you should have got a job at MTV. You're a walking musical encyclopedia. I've loved music since the time I was yay big. And so I said, you know what? I want to do a career in music. And everybody's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm going to promote concerts. I'm going to own nightclubs. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff in entertainment. How are you going to make that happen? You guys have seen a song. I've played it a number of times, Rockstar with Nickelback. And he's like, I want to do this. And how you going to do it? Well, I went and asked people who already did it. I'm like, hey man, I want to open a nightclub. Oh, you think so? Yeah. And what do you want to do in this nightclub? I want to have concerts. I want to have bands show up. Okay. It's going to take some capital. Where am I going to get the money? Well, here's where you can get some seed money. And somebody told me. I'm like, okay. But that's what I wanted because I loved music. And then my second love was real estate. I'm like, real estate? I can buy and sell houses? Yeah. How do I do that? Show me. I want to do it. I'll learn. I have a lot of drive and ambition. I can't get enough. Let me eat everything. Carlton Sheets. Oh yeah. No money down. Yeah. What's this other guy? Mr. Wu, whatever. Oh, let me read all his stuff. I read everything. I watched every single video, every late night infomercial. I was up watching everything I could about real estate. And I do mean everything. 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. This is way before the internet. I learned everything about real estate. I could probably write a mortgage from scratch. Had done that actually. I learned everything. My ambition was, I want to do this. I want it all. I love it. And when you do something you love, it's basically, as they've said, it's not working. You love it. It's fun. Even this stuff, it's fun. That's what President Trump just said.
Third thing is to think big. You're going to do something, you might as well think big, because it's just as hard to solve a small problem as a big problem, and it's just as much energy and everything else, except the result is going to be a smaller one. So love what you do, but think big.
And that came directly out of the art of the deal. There were 2 tenets in art of the deal that I always thought were pretty cool. One was, there's no such thing as bad advertisement. You can say whatever you want, just keep talking about me. And I was like, that's brilliant. Your name's out there. You're in the news. And the second one was what he just said. And they're such simple things. You have to wonder how many people cross those off. Think big. And if you're thinking big, what's going to happen? Well, if you fail, you're still better than where you were. Remember what was his name? Casey Kasem? You could shoot for the stars. And then people would say, if you shoot for the stars, you might hit the moon. But it's still much bigger than where you are now. So think bigger. Always think bigger. A lot of people don't understand that. No one's stopping you from thinking big. When we're kids and like, hey, what do you want to do when you grow up? You're thinking big. You can barely basically wipe your butt at that point. But somebody goes, what do you want to do when you grow up? I want to be this or that. Oh, you're thinking real big, aren't you? I want to be an astronaut. You're thinking real big. How does it change? How do we stop thinking big? How do we start settling? See, that's where I think the Democrats or the campuses came in vogue. They started teaching people to settle. Maybe that was because of my athletic background. I was exposed to things playing football, and I knew as more I got better, the better I would do, and the more doors that would open. I was always in control of what I was going to do next. And then when my knee got hurt and I couldn't do, I sat back and go, okay, what am I going to do? I got it. I want to do concerts. And I told you, I don't know if I did, but I got a job at a nightclub on a college campus. And the guy, Joe Klecko, played for the New York Jets, and he had bought this club. And at this club, he's like, we're going to do concerts here. I'm like, okay, what's my job? You're going to have to book the concerts. How the hell do you do that? It's up to you to find out. So every single day, I'd go to work and I would make 30 or 40 calls to all the agencies in New York City once I found out who they were. Hey, I'm here. Can we love to host so-and-so at a concert? Click. Hey, every single day I called. And I told you this, I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm sitting there and the phone rings and I pick up and they're like, well, you're going to get your shot. And I'm like, what's my shot? Well, we got a band that's playing at Veterans Stadium, which used to be the big football stadium in Philadelphia. And he goes, but you can't tell anybody. I'm like, well, what good is that? He goes, well, it's a warm-up date for the band that's playing at the stadium. And I'm thinking, who's playing at the... Oh, hell no. And I think, let me just restate it so just you guys know, it ended up being the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones were playing at Veterans Stadium, and they wanted a warm-up date so Mick could try out a few new songs, but you couldn't announce it. You could not say the Rolling Stones were playing. I'm like, okay, how do I do this? And I started making up some flyers. If you want some satisfaction, you may want to come to the club tonight. And I was putting run them on a copying machine. And, if you can't get none anywhere else, you might want to come here. And it was so funny because I'm thinking about it now. I put them everywhere. And then the kids started looking at them like, are you telling us what you think it's going to be? And I'm like, place was packed. And he's like, how did you promote it? And I told the agent what we did. And the agent was like, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I knew right there, think big. I'm going to have Mick Jagger in this club with the Ronnie Wood and Keith sitting here playing for 3 hours. That's when I knew I'm thinking big. True story. And then Springsteen played, and then Pat Benatar played, and we went, it was all over from there. Think big.
Fourth is work hard. Work hard.
Very simple. Work hard. Work smart, but work hard. Keep doing what you had to do. Keep at it. I just told you a story. I called every single day, 30, 40, 50 agents. Click, boom, boom. Every single day. Work hard. Nothing can deter you from where you want to be. If you get to a point where I can't take it anymore, you're done. You are done. If you want to do something you love, if you want to get paid doing something you love, then nothing can deter you from that because you love it. Some of you may say, you know what? I love sewing. Well, then go sew your way around and make as much as possible. SB just said an amazing story. I swear it's true. And then once I got the Stones, and what happens is they report back to the agent. How were you treated? How were you fed? What happened? Did the guy know what he was doing? It went off flawless. It was flawless. I recommend him. And that's all it took. Because why? I worked hard. That day when they showed up, they wouldn't tell a difference. They would not have known the difference between walking on stage at this club versus walking on stage at the stadium. Everything from the time their bus pulled up to the time they left was first class because I worked hard. Didn't stop.
Fifth is don't lose your momentum. You just want to keep it going, and you have to know if you are losing it, you have to know when you're losing it. So maybe you stop, and maybe it's time to stop.
Momentum. You've seen it in sports. Don't lose the momentum. What's the quickest way for a football team to lose its momentum? An interception, a fumble, a penalty. Something happens, and all of a sudden they like, and you can literally see that get sucked out. And you got to do something to get the momentum back. It just doesn't come. At that point, you're trying to get the whole stadium behind you. You're trying to get your team back up. You're trying to do something. You've had a couple records that didn't sell. You got to do something. You've lost your momentum. You're making videos and people aren't watching anymore. Change. Do something. You got to do that. You can't lose your momentum. And one of the easiest ways for people to lose momentum is listen to other people. Those other people aren't there to help you. Those other people are to console you, to say, come on back. Come on back to the less ambitious. Come on back over here. You don't need the momentum. You don't need to come on back. And I want you to look hard at those people. I want you to say, okay, wait a minute. Hell no. I'm not going over there. And that's the problem with a lot of these people who have entourages is because they have leeches. Because they're there to suck your momentum away from you. I am a very, very strong believer in momentum. Otherwise, there's no way I could do 2 or 3 shows a day for a couple hours each. Do you know what kind of effort that takes? A lot of people think it might come easy. Just the physical side, never mind the editing, putting the stories together, talking, breathing, learning how to breathe. Momentum. You got to keep it going. In fact, most of this social media stuff that you're on, whether it's X or Facebook or YouTube or even TikTok or Twitter, is based upon momentum. If people stop sharing, if people stop talking, if people start commenting, you lose momentum. So momentum is huge.
Number 6, if you want to change the world, you have to have the courage to be an outsider. In other words, you have to take certain risks and do things a little bit differently. Otherwise, if that weren't the case, everybody would be successful.
That should be put in stone, because in order to do things and be successful, truly successful, you have to take risks. You have to go further than the other person is willing to go to. You've heard a story. If you ever get with a group of people and all of a sudden a lion comes out the woods or an alligator comes out the water, I don't have to be faster than the alligator or the lion. I just got to be faster than you. I'm here with a group of people and I'm checking out who's not in shape, and I'm running faster than them because they're about to be bait. I don't have to be the strongest one. I don't have to be the fastest guy. I just have to be better than you. So we can take the same risks, but I'm going to go a little bit further because I'm willing to take that risk based on the reward. How many of you have taken real risk? I don't mean going down to the gambling hall or to the casino and putting your last $100 on black. No, I'm talking about doing something. The risk of time is so valuable. You never get time back. You get money back. How many of you have risked time? Trump just said it. Think big. Your momentum. Take risks. Be different. If you're looking around and most of the people that you hang out with are like you're not much different. If you're in the office at work and you're looking around the office and you're all in the same place, everybody's on second floor and nobody seems to be advancing, you're not different. What are you doing to stand out? Obviously, you know what he did? He became president, and he just completely ignored the mainstream in terms of what they say a president should be. He broke every rule. He broke every rule back when he was doing real estate. He broke every rule when he was in television. What rules are you breaking? I don't mean something that's going to put you in jail, but what rules are you willing to break? When someone tells you got to color between the line, I'm like, no, I'm coloring all out here. I take risk, break rules.
Number 7 is to trust your instincts, common sense. You can go very far in life with common sense.
That doesn't even need any explanation. You see it daily. A boy is a girl. No, that's a boy. Common sense is so easy for people to grasp hold of. And what the Democrats have tried to do to people over the last couple of years is try to tell you your common sense, your innate sense, your spidey skills aren't right. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm right. No, you're not right. I'm damn sure I'm right. This is what I need to be doing. Go with common sense. Those 2 ladies I showed you at the beginning, they didn't have any common sense. If you're not happy where you are, what's that tell you? It means you got to do something else. Yeah, what are they, 25, 30? And they're already complaining, oh, it sucks. Life sucks. All right. If you've come to that conclusion, what are you going to do about it? Bitch about it or do something about it?
8, everybody should believe in the American dream. It's real, it's there, and it's right before you.
That goes without saying. American dream. We're the only country where you literally can do whatever you want. Dude's president. I'm pretty sure when he was doing real estate in New York City, he thought about it, but he never made it happen. And so he then had to apply his own principles. Understand all these principles that you just heard, all these ladders of success, he had to apply it to be president. Think about all of the things he had to overcome as he was telling you all these different things. Momentum. I got to start winging these swing states. Nobody believes in me. I'm going to have to start going through the primary and picking these people off one by one. I'm going to build momentum. I'm going to be from the outside looking in. I'm going to risk everything. I'm going to be different. I'm going to keep working. Damn, doesn't he work? I ain't ever seen anybody work the way he works. Every single thing you've seen him do, he is doing the exact same thing. Now you say, well, he failed at Trump University and he failed at this. Exactly. We've all failed. We just don't stay there. That's the problem Democrats don't realize is, oh shit, this didn't work. Okay, what's next? This didn't work. And I'm saying this didn't work from a number of different things. Wow, this venture didn't work. This marriage didn't work. He's been through it all. You don't stop. It's a way station. You analyze and go, what did I do wrong here? Why didn't this work? All right, so, okay, I need to fix this next time, but let's go. We're ready for the next thing. And if you look at it from that perspective, you can see he's run his life that way. I'm not going to get down. I'm going to get up and go for the next thing. These casinos tanked. The file bankruptcy. Let's go. Let's go. Taking a risk sometimes can bite you in the ass. It can hurt. But you don't sit there and soak it. You get up and go, all right, that didn't work. What's next? What do we got to do? See, people will pay you for that. There's no shame in saying, I tried this and it failed. What the failure doesn't define you. What defines you is what you do when it fails. Hey, so what happened when you didn't do this or whatever, didn't do that and it failed? What happened? I just decided to go work at a warehouse. Oh, so it did you in. It assassinated your ambition. It sucked it away from you. You gave up. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. You didn't keep going. I'm like, that hurt. All right, let me get in the gym. After that guy just stuck me and knocked me on my ass and said, you ain't in high school anymore. Didn't stop. Didn't stop. Won't stop.
Nice. Think of yourself as a winner. The power of positive thinking. In recent years, too many of our young people have really been taught to think of themselves as victims. But in America, we reject that idea that anyone is born a victim. Our heroes are the ones who take charge of their own destiny despite the odds. And we're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
I've played that probably 500 times when everything's going and something happens. We're going to keep winning. You didn't realize that was him talking about himself. You didn't realize that was one of his tenets. You got to have an attitude of a winner. He was just telling you what he already thought. He was already telling you what he's already had in his mind. I'm going to win this. And I'm going to win this. And then I'm going to win this. And y'all going to be so like, how the hell you keep winning? You're going to say, we can't take it anymore. And he was defining people who were like, I can't take it. Instead of people who would say, oh, no, bring it, bring it. There is no way that I'm getting tired of this. My attitude right now is I want to go 13-0. I want to go 15-0. I want everything. I want the trophy. I want to earn the trophy. I don't want somebody giving it to me. Let me tell you a little anecdote, another one. When I was in Little League, um, Nolan Ryan played for the Mets, and we got some kid on the Mets who had just been signed to the Mets. And he said, when you're going through spring training back then, they get you up early, you're going through batting practice. And one day he came out there and Nolan Ryan was pitching batting practice. And Nolan Ryan, in case you guys don't know, he used to throw a ball 100 miles an hour plus. And this kid was a new draftee. He just showed up. And first pitch, and he realized right then, I'm in the pros now. This is one of the best pitchers of all time, and I can't compete if I don't get my game up. I am a winner. I've been a winner in Little League. I've been a winner in high school. I've been a winner in college, and now I've got my chance to play pro ball. And the first person I see on my first day of spring training is this guy throwing bullets at me. You want to win? Be around winners. Be around winners and learn how to win.
Next is to be an original. The all-time greats were people who had the confidence to be a little different. God only created one of you, so don't try to be someone else.
That's pretty simple. You can see it everywhere. Be original, which is basically being different. Offer something different. It probably happened in your personal life when you met that special person that you love and end up getting married to. You had to be real. She probably saw it coming. Player, it ain't working here. Okay, I've seen all the game. You're not different. Be original. What you got for me? My wife, some of you guys have seen, has some of the prettiest blue eyes I've ever seen. And I remember asking her at one point, once we got on in a relationship, what made me different? Because she didn't say the same old thing. Every person I ever dated, oh, you got beautiful eyes. I'm like, think I haven't heard that before? And so I was different. I was like, don't say it. Even though I was staring at it and being memorized, like, look at these eyes. Oh my God, don't say it. She's probably heard it 1,000 times. It's not going to work. Go to plan B. I swear, I actually did that. Plan B. Go with the C line. The C line. She's never heard the C line. Hey, how you doing? Do you like to bowl? Play pool? That's different. Okay, yeah. And it's an icebreaker because it's different. It's original. Oh, you've got beautiful eyes. Yeah, it's going to be a quick night. Yeah, that's another true story.
Finally, and most importantly, never, ever give up. I've learned that perseverance is everything. So whatever happens, no matter where you are in life, stay optimistic and just keep pushing forward. Never let anyone tell you that something is impossible. Ever, ever, ever. In America, the impossible is what we all do best.
Don't let naysayers who haven't done something tell you can't do it. Don't let other people who say, you shouldn't try that, because the first question out of your mouth, have you done it? No. See, your first mistake was asking them. That's one of the biggest mistakes I get with all kinds of different people I've met all over my life. They'll say, you can't do this won't work. And then all you've got to do, hey, when you were in this position, what did you do? Well, I've never done that. Exactly. I hope that didn't bother many of you, but when I saw him put that out, and I went, the President of the United States, the one that all of us voted for, put that out. So he must have been trying to send a message to people. And that message is a recipe. And if you just do that, not 3 of them, not 5 of them, you got to do all of them. And it may take you a while, but that's where the ambitious and the momentum come in. You just got to learn to do every single one of those. Go download that, listen to it, and all right, number 1, I got to do this. Number 2, and then you probably will think, like I told you the story about Robin's eyes, you've probably done some of them. Be original. Think about it. What did you do original with your wife, your girlfriend, your kids? And then realized, oh yeah, and when I did that, there was more satisfaction. There was more spice because it was different. What breaks up so many marriages besides money? Why do people end up cheating on each other? Because it becomes dull and mundane. Be different. Become completely different. Put a pole in your living room and let her swing around on it. Are you crazy? I'm not doing that. It's different. If nothing else, she'll laugh at you. Robin loves to fish. I can't stay upright in a boat for too long if it's in the ocean. But you know what? I got sick when we went, and I kept fishing. And that was different. Wow, most people just like sit there and curl up in a fetal position. Not me. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. You know why? Because nobody has ever told me I can't do something. Maybe that's why I'm different.